as was mentioned a few times before, let me just begin my comment by telling you this is indeed a wonderful day in the life of Christel House India. And I am so happy to share it with you. Now, a little reflection when I graduated from high school. Now, you have to go back many years, and that was in the year 1958. Long time ago. And it was in the country of my birth, Germany, and a country that was still working very hard, overcoming the devastation of World War II. I remember with great excitement receiving my graduation certificate, but it's very different from what you're going through right now. It was just a simple celebration in school, no gowns, no music, only a few congratulatory words and some reminders that teachers and administrators always will tell you. So now look at you. Now you are sitting here all decked out. You can bask in the glory of your accomplishments, and everyone in Christel House India is congratulating you and celebrating with you. And of course that includes me. Now I am the kind of person who looks at life as an opportunity. A person who understands that success is not some magic coming from heaven, but it takes hard work, commitment, and yes, at times, sacrifice. But the psychological and the financial rewards later on make it all worth it. Now, you have been given an opportunity in Christel House India that not all children in India have. I find this wonderful, and it's fortunate that you and your family could be participating in the journey of Christel House. Now you are a Christel House PUC graduate, and you have been prepared to embark on the next phase in your life. Now, in all years of Christel House education, I am sure you felt much loved by your teacher. But I also heard one of your students saying earlier ago, at times you had to be pushed, at times it got tough, at times you said, oh, probably, what am I doing here? But it was a good thing that you stuck it out. With all of that in mind, you know that our motivation was truly a function of having your best interest at heart. And as you have no doubt discovered now, that the world is full of different kinds of people, different talents, different likes and dislikes, different dreams and different opportunities. So at Christel House, what did we do? We encourage you to focus on developing your talents and having you set your sights high so you can be what you thought you could be. Now, in keeping with the Christel House values, the two pillars of education and character, they are at the forefront what Christel House is all about. You probably have noticed that there are people who are very well educated, but they do not have good character. And there are people who have good character, but they have very little opportunity to get educated and obtain good employment. Christel House provided both of these opportunities to you. And it is up to you now to keep moving that forward. We encourage you to set your sights high and reach for the stars and the moon. And in order to do that, you had to be prepared to be willing to go the extra mile, or miles sometimes. So I look at you, and as Raju sir said, we are very, very, very proud of you. Of course, everyone here at Christel House made a huge contribution. I want you to know I'm deeply touched that you, for your expressions of gratitude, what I have done or contributed. But really, I'm just a small piece in that wheel, because all the other spokes are your teachers, are your counselors, are your social workers, everybody who makes up the Christel House family. They get the biggest lion's share of what they have contributed. So would you please give them a big round of applause? Now, you know, when you go home tonight, I am sure your families are just going to be beaming with pride. My daughter, my son, a Christel House graduate. And you no doubt have quite often in your mind played through, well, what will life be like after Christel House graduation? Well, for sure, one thing is new opportunities will open up to you. University studies, internships, training programs, all designed to transition you into the next phase in your life. So you will achieve financial independence and self-sufficiency. Now, those next few years will be very different than the years you've experienced here at Christel House. This has been sort of, you know, a warm, fleecy blanket being wrapped around you, here to nurture you, here to help you. But now you're going to be in charge of your life. I know you were in charge of your life here too, but not to the degree that it will be when you leave the walls of Christel House. You will be making independent decisions, some which are major and some minor. Let me just give you a little word of advice. Always remember to draw on your Christel House values when making decisions and use them to guide your conduct and behavior. I look at all of your Christel House kids, and let me tell you what I see. You are dignified, caring individuals, and I much love these qualities. And you need to understand that employers love these qualities even more when you're going to get interviewed for jobs and employment opportunities. Those values and those attributes that you've acquired while here in Christel House will speak volumes to an employer. And you will have a competitive advantage that others may not have. So, when I spoke a little while ago about the differences in people, now I want to mention the need for you to always care, share, and make a difference. This has been a Christel House motto from the very, very beginning, because it goes at the core of my philosophy. We do need to care, we do need to share, and we need to make a difference. So, as part of living a meaningful and purposeful life, we have to be good human beings, contributing to our families, communities, and yes, your country. A meaningful and purposeful life is one that recognizes the importance of helping others. And you have demonstrated that when, you know, the check was presented to me a little while earlier, the Christel House students who are now working, and they're remembering what Christel House has done for them, and they are giving back by saying, I'm grateful, I appreciate what has happened. So it's really, really a function of recognizing that we're all children of the universe. And as such, We all deserve a seat at the table of life. And particularly all you Christel House kids. So give yourself a big round of applause. I very much follow the progress of all Christel House graduates. And that's not easy because we've got a lot out there. But I will tell you, we know where you will be going to school, what you are studying, and where you ultimately be at work. Christel House India, you can be hugely proud of that. Happy trailblazers. And I encourage you to follow in the footsteps of your former graduates because they are leading the way and they are truly making a difference. Now at every graduation, the speakers will often share with you wisdom about managing life. It's sort of a standard thing. I don't need to do that. I think I just need to reiterate that your Christel House education provided you with the knowledge to understand the importance of being honest, hardworking, caring, and making a contribution. I hope you will become a good Christel House alumni and remember to support Christel House when you start working and earning money. Always keep your eyes open for opportunities. Grab them and pursue them. Don't just passively stand by. This is a very active engagement in life, seeking and taking advantage of opportunities. Because unless you do, you never know what might happen. So, as a Christel House graduate, you are expected to be responsible, become a part of the college and career program, which is all designed again for you, to support you, to provide services to you, to show you how important you are to the Christel House family. So, I hope that you feel that you are a much loved member of the Christel House family and that you can always count on our support. And one last word before I start. And do remember that as a good citizen, you need to vote. It is a civic duty and it is also a privilege. While you may think your voice is not important, that's incorrect. Just think if everybody else would act that way. The outcome would be absolutely shocking. You live in a democracy and you need to exercise your right as a citizen. Now, the next phase in your life will be a very busy one. My advice to you is work hard, but also include moments and occasions to nurture your spirit and to find peace and beauty around you. It is there, and you should always make it a part of your life. I close my comments with words of appreciation from me to you. As a Christel House kid, you have given me the opportunity to fulfill my dream. I look at you and I know that you will master the next phase in your life and the many phases that will follow. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be a force in your life. In the end, we each gave to each other. How neat is that? Hearty congratulations, class of 2017.